Hardcastle. Hi, Kate.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. So they've bought some of the stores, not all of them.
Yes, that's right. And whilst I think there have been lots of offers on the table and conversations, this outcome, whilst sad for most, will probably have been the most likely. The organisation, the retailer Wilko, had some challenges that were beyond just trying to buy into its store network and get the cash in the bank so that stores could have the stock again and that there was an influx to keep it going. I think the right buyer had to have the ideas and the know-how of how to restructure that business to keep it going as a long term. And we know there's been so much competition in the marketplace from the likes of B&M and The Range and many other retailers that offer at value. So I think this is probably the most likely of the situation where we see these brands that have been really impacting Wilko sales over all of these years actually take the store network and take the stores on that they see as being best for their fit.
Do you imagine that one of the other retailers like this might step in for the rest, or what do you think could happen now?
Maybe not the full store network, but I certainly think sites are key. What's great about these stores for those organisations is they will have certain elements to them. Some of the stores come with parking, although quite a few are on the high street. Those high street locations in some areas will be probably quite important locations. Some of these stores were in the old Woolworths building, so they'll be what we class as premium in terms of space and location. But there then will also have been stores that are quite challenged, perhaps haven't had the investment and probably won't be appealing. Of course, thoughts always are with the team members who are learning and dealing with so much news on so much basis, because whilst this is conversational, we're talking about the news, this is their lives, their livelihoods. But what we've got to hope is if some stores stay open, it's the same type of retail environment, that might mean there are job opportunities and openings for people who've been previously employed by Wilko's.
Yeah, and Kate, it's worth pointing out at this point that there are 10 Wilko branches in Scotland, but as yet we don't know which ones have been bought by B&M. That might become clearer later on in the day, I suppose. What do you think this tells us, just this current situation with Wilko and the fact that B&M can step in to buy some of these stores? What does it tell you about the future of these kind of shops, the kind of big warehouse style retail units?
Warehouse style retail is expensive to run because they are big properties. They need a lot of stock, they need a lot of staff, and they need a lot of ability to draw big footfall. So a lot of people crossing the threshold week in, week out. And that takes actually sophistication. Maybe some of us are guilty of looking at retail and thinking if it's a value offer, that it is not as sophisticated as maybe more of a luxury offer. It's just as it's sophisticated. The way we've shops changed, we've seen probably 50 years of change in a matter of 3-4 years. And retail is a very dynamic environment to trade in. So the people coming in, looking at Wilko's who've been putting bids on the table will understand that. They'll know how much investment would have been needed. And ditto, the stores that have come in will feel reassured enough in that they can develop their network. They can pick up some of the customers that Wilko's had in those areas and that they will be able to grow from that. So I'm certain that there will have been great consideration in these next steps.
Okay, Kate, well, thanks as always for your time.